disgruntled former leader of the Umkhonto weSizwe Party, Jabulani Khumalo, has launched an urgent application before the Constitutional Court against the Electoral Commission of South Africa. Khumalo is continuing his fight to be reinstated following his removal and subsequent expulsion. In papers before the Apex Court, Khumalo alleges that the MK Party, which is now the third largest political party in the country and now led by former President Jacob Zuma, was fraudulently hijacked. Zoleka Qodashe is following that story and joins me now in studio. Zoleka, this is a story that has, from the start of the MKP, was very important, seemed to have faded away, but now there's this urgent launch then to the courts. How did we get here? And explain what is anticipated to happen from here.
Well, good morning, Arabile. You'll remember that this is not the first time that Jabulani Khumalo is heading to the courts in a bid to be reinstated as the leader of the MK Party. You'll remember that last year he approached the Electoral Court on the same merits, saying that he was fraudulently removed as leader of the MK Party. Now, the IEC then defended itself in that matter, saying that there was communication from the MK Party that he be removed. You'll remember that the entire process in terms of the registration of political parties is governed by the Electoral Commission Act, and in particular to the change in the particulars of the leadership of a political party, that is governed by Regulation 9, that says that the Chief Electoral Officer must be notified within 30 days of that change in leadership of a political party, and that is what took place. So the IEC then said that they had no idea or no clue that there was a alleged fraudulent letter that was sent by the daughter of the former president, Duduzile Zuma Sambula, changing those details and particulars of the leadership of the political party. You'll remember that when South Africans headed to the polls in May last year, there was the face of the former president, Jacob Zuma, on the ballot. Yeah. And that's how they garnered those that electoral somewhat victory, becoming the official opposition in the country. And so Jabulani Khumalo is taking it to the Constitutional Court on an urgent basis, saying that the party was fraudulently hijacked from him and that he did not achieve the result that he wanted or get the relief that he sought in the specialist court last year.
What has the MK Party itself said then, whether it be from the spokesperson or the leadership?
Well, I tried reaching out to the spokesperson yesterday, who said that he was not aware of such a challenge, but also said that Khumalo has already lost a similar battle in the electoral court as we saw last year. But the relief that Jabulani Khumalo is seeking is for him to be reinstated as the leader of the MK Party. He also argues in his papers before the Apex Court that the IEC and the Chief Electoral Officer acted ultra vires, that's outside of its powers, when it removed him as the leader of the MK Party and instead placed former President Jacob Zuma as the leader of the now official opposition. He says that when he approached the former president last year for an endorsement of in 2023 for the endorsement of the political party, it was because he understood that the former president was disgruntled with the ANC and sought to decrease its electoral support and its parliamentary seats, which we did see unfold. And so he says there was an understanding that he would just be an ordinary member of the MK Party and not even an executive member of the official opposition. And so he says that the party was hijacked, the letter that was sent to the IEC was fraudulent, and that the signature that is on that document was fraudulent, and that's why he says it was fraudulently hijacked.
Just very quickly, I've only got 30 seconds. Does Jabulani Khumalo actually have the kind of support within the party that would keep him even in power if he was to then become leadership?
What we understand is that there doesn't seem to be somewhat of a constituency for the former leader of the party. But we do understand that he hasn't launched this urgent application alone. There's the former Secretary General as well as the former Treasurer General in that application as the second and third applicants in the urgent application. But it would be interesting to hear what Jabulani Khumalo advances in relation to the urgent application. You remember that there are reasons that are supposed to be advanced for an urgent application to be heard. He says that that is because of the direction of the political party and its deterioration, as well as the lack of participation in the democracy of the country in bodies such as Parliament.
Yeah, and as you speak about the SG, of course, you're speaking about the one prior to, of course, Floyd Shivambu as well. So an interesting story. Thank you so much for bringing us up to date with that. Then Zoleka Qodashe continuing to follow that story out of the MKP as a fight for leadership continues within the party.